In the mid-1990s, it was clear that the American family had changed a great deal.
As more and more families needed the income of both parents, the traditional family structure of one breadwinner and one bread maker was no longer the norm.
And that was a seismic shift, socially and economically, not just for the family, but for our country. At the Sloan Foundation, we felt that we needed to understand what was going on a daily basis within the families. The American family was experiencing a time famine.
Dual earners were now working over 80 hours a week, skipping family traditions and multitasking. Couples felt they didn't have enough time with each other. Parents, both single and married, felt they didn't have enough time with their children.
And the problem wasn't just that the two parents were working. The problem was the way the workplace was structured.
One of the mindset that we had as managers, that in order to be productive, you had to touch your desk every day. You had to come into work.
We learned that we needed to respond to that and to provide some alternatives, not only in how and when they worked, but the amount of time that they worked, creating flex schedules and flexible work arrangements on a formal and an informal basis.
The Alfred P. Sloan Foundation established the National Workplace Flexibility Initiative in 2003. And this initiative has had two goals: to make workplace flexibility a compelling national issue and to make it the standard of the American workplace. First and foremost, employers had to understand it was in their best interest. They had a business case for it.
I actually see better productivity from employees who use flex time because they're dedicated to the company.
I'm a big believer that those that actually have good personal and professional balance and satisfaction always perform better than those that are stressed in terms of those things not being in good balance.
The initiative also celebrated best practices.
We supported a major community engagement effort that involved awards to the best employers with practices of flexibility. We supported demonstration projects that really rethought the way flexibility was implemented.
Innovation is critical, even in the most demanding work environments.
I think the most important thing I've done in the last several years that I've been the Navy's Chief of Naval Personnel has been to confront the issue of the fundamental generational differences that now exist in our Navy. And generally those young men and women born after 1980 who are now making up about 43 to 44% of the Navy. They're different. And if we don't recognize this difference, then we will pay a heavy price for that.
There's another generational shift in play.
1 in 5 employees is currently providing elder care. 1 in 2 expects to do so in the next 5 years.
If we get it right for our people and their families and meet their needs, they will more than meet ours, no matter what the mission, no matter where it is.
The marching orders for the future?
So let's be clear. Workplace flexibility isn't just a women's issue. It's an issue that affects the well-being of our families and the success of our businesses. It affects the strength of our economy. Whether we'll create the workplaces and jobs of the future, we need to compete in today's global economy.
You can't win in the marketplace unless you win in the workplace, and you can't win in the workplace until you deal with the whole person.
I just think we're living in a time where we're going to have to change to put people in the center.
If you want to run a business to deliver great results, then you better value and treasure your most important assets, and that's your people.
And every night, every one of our assets goes home. And we've got to be the kind of place that they want to come back to the next day.
We've had this institute lead this effort for 20 years. We know where we have to go. We know what we have to do. If there are those with you who do not believe, burn the boats. Take them with you. They are now committed.
There's a major flexibility gap in our country. 4 out of 5 workers want flexibility, and fewer than 1/3 have it. My fundamental dream for the future is that we don't have the words workplace flexibility. That instead we have a workplace that embodies the principles of flexibility, and that is just the way work is done.